What is up, guys? Welcome to this video. Today I have this is going to be the feature deck from this week's meta report. So this is the locals winning Hercule slash Agents of Destruction slash Mill, which is pretty interesting. So I definitely wanted to get this one. This deck was built and piloted by Richard Field, who I have with me. Welcome to the channel.
Hey, thanks everyone.
And yeah, so what actually gave you the idea for this? Because it's pretty unique.
It's, in all honesty, a joke gone wrong. We one of my friends at the store gets a lot of stick for like the various decks he plays, and like the two most hated decks he's played is Hercule and then Janemba. So I thought, what's the stupidest thing we can do? I know we'll mash them together into one mess, I guess, and it sort of started to work a bit, so we've gone from there.
And yeah, you ended up winning your locals this week with it. So yeah, it's definitely doing something right. So I'm gonna bring up the deck list here on the screen so everyone can see. Do you want to just run through some of the choices? It is quite weird, quite a mash of different things.
Yeah, of course. I'll start with the first bit then, which is the leader. I'm sure everyone's probably aware of what he does anyway. So once per battle, when you attack Hercule, if he combos a card and it's in his combo area, you get to draw a card. Awaken at 4 life, draw 3 cards, and then you can have it's the same effect on the other side. You also draw when you attack. The thing is also with that you can, like, as you're probably already aware, you know, play a combo, draw, awaken, draw 3, then draw another one from the lead effect.
Yep.
So it just gives you lots of draw power, and it does work on a similar idea to Herudigan in the sense that you can ditch your Agent of Destruction cards.
Yeah.
With it and just draw cards. So it lets you set up the drop area a fair bit.
Yep. Okay. Cool.
Then you've got first thing on the list, Unbreakable Super Saiyan and Goku. Your standard pay 1, 10k combo, draw a card, leader effect, draw another. So it's just like oh whoops, I've just deleted a load of stuff. 1 second. It's your standard draw 2.
Yep. So you.
Bear me 1 second.
That's fine.
I just closed that tab accidentally.
That's okay. So yeah, you've got 4 unbreakables there and 4 cells in there. So, and also 4 super combos. So kind of like 12 super combos in the deck.
Yeah, pretty much.
And so you've got the Genova package. So 3 Psychodemon, 4 Childish Heart, 3 Demon Sword, and 4 of the Agents of Destruction. How did those ratios come about?
With the main focus I always wanted it to be was the Agent of Destruction one. I like the fact that it untaps at the end of your turn.
Yeah.
So I'm trying basically to get the most out of that. I mean, from where the few times I have played Hercule before, like the biggest sort of nuisances were when you'd do all your stuff and then the following turn they'd try and like bad ring your Xeno button or something like that. It's just nice to have the extra energy. Plus, I'm quite a defensive player, so having like 3 or 4 energy open on their turns, absolutely amazing.
Yeah, I mean, you do get a limited amount of mills. Did the mills actually help, or is it just in there as a bit of a gag?
No, I actually quite often win by a mill out, depending on what my opponent's playing. I mean, it is either aggro or mill, and you can switch up quite heavily on the game. It's very adaptable, which is probably for me the most fun thing about playing the deck.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I mean, like with Demon Swords, that obviously, you know, you can kill a threat, which you need to get rid of, or you can, you know, clear the way to go for game. Reality Benders, they're in there. More often than not, they actually end up just getting placed in energy. A couple of times you play them, it's also nice to have something with Deflect, which isn't a Demon Sword, to go into from Childish Heart.
Mm-hmm.
But as I said, the main one is the Agent of Destruction. Yeah, the only thing which you might have issues with is it doesn't have deflect, but you've got sideboard and stuff for that.
Yeah, I mean you need the blue charge anyway for Xenobutton and like Mafuba and all that.
Yeah, and you got the charge chart, which usually is just to stick the Agents of Destruction in your warp and stack it up for when you do go for your your big kill sort of turn.
Yeah.
The other thing which I try and play it like turn 3 or 4 for is if I haven't seen the secret rare, because it just lets me work out roughly where it is hiding and do my game plan based on that.
So I mean, there's the secret rare it's a strong card, but for example like Dende you can get it out because you've got Child's Wish. With this you're going to need to ramp up to actually cast it, right?
Yeah, you do it turn 6, or not turn when you have 6 energy.
Yeah.
But
so I mean, is the secret rare? Do you think it's necessary? Is it a bit win more?
If you want to mill, then most likely, because like the turn you play it, you're probably going to be milling them like 9 to 12. I think the most I've had in one turn is like 14.
Okay.
So it does carry its weight.
Alright, okay, cool. And so you've got 2 Scientist Fu and 2 Lights Guide as well. So I like the Lights Guide actually, because that gives the leader the 5k.
Yeah.
Which is nice.
Yeah, it gives it the boost. The other thing I do is both of them just draw more, which is what I'm trying to do, just steal the pieces and decide where I'm going. But with obviously Fu, I can choose to go aggro. Lights Guide, I either go aggro, or if I've decided I'm going to mill them, I try and hit them as little as possible. So what I'll usually do is go into Lights Guide, get my draws, buff up Hercule, then attack with Hercule and combo off Lights Guide to get a draw. So it's just more draw power.
Okay. Did you ever have issues yourself with deck out?
I've had a couple of close calls where I've almost killed myself by it's remembering the Janemba Agent of Destruction effect as well, because every single time you use that you draw from it, so you don't want to put yourself that thin and then end up killing yourself trying to mill them. But it's one of those things where it's like say when you're playing Hercule against Mill, you've just got to keep an eye on your deck, and then you've got to hit the point where you're like, right, I've drawn enough, I'm going to have to play with what I've got.
Okay, that's cool. So yeah, is there anything else you want to go through in the main deck? You've got Mafubas there. Were they actually useful, or would you have preferred like a Whis Coercion or something?
No, they're most of the time it's sitting energy. I barely ever play them. I get energy foddered. The only things they're really there for is if like things that I don't want to try and combo out of, so mirrors or victory strike, stuff like that. I just want to have like some form of an out for. But more often than not, they either go into energy or they get sided out.
Yeah. Okay.
Same for Saki Demons actually. I rarely ever use them for FX. So that's like I've been playing around with the deck since, and that's my sort of swap out spot. So I fiddled around with the FR Gokus in that slot. I fiddled around with Crisis Crushers. It's quite adaptable, that spot. You don't need it.
Yeah, I mean, Psychodemon is kind of format dependent, I feel. Was 3 Xenobutton enough? Because if you don't have Nimbus, then you're in a bad situation in this current format. And I guess Xenobutton sort of makes up for it, because if you do get tapped out, you can recover. Yeah,
I mean, I've got that. It's useful still having, obviously, the energy from the agent untapped, because then, especially like if you, as I said, you're getting stuff counted, you can untap the 1 energy from agent, and then you use your Senzu Beans. Most of the time, as long as I draw them late game, they're all just used defensively, just to make it that much more of a pain to actually put damage on me.
Okay, cool. And do you want to go through the side deck?
The side deck is a god-awful mess. So, for a start, you've got 6 Agents of Destruction in there. I've got 3 Vegetas and 3 Android 13s.
Yeah.
That's so on certain matchups, I can just put them in there, change the deck up, and change it in just pure aggro. It's good against like mill, because I don't think you're probably going to win you're going to out-mill a Janemba, to be fair.
No, not really. Especially if you're playing Hercule.
Yeah, so you just put those in there and then try and go down the aggro route instead. But it is that, and then also, obviously, between games, you can completely change how your deck plays. So if your opponent doesn't see it coming, then they're going to be siding and prepping for mill and be playing against aggro instead.
I mean, to be honest, if they see Hercule, they're not going to expect mill.
Yeah. I don't know. In my locals now, they do. It's it's an on-running joke. Other than that, Awakening Talent Pan, that's in there because I had a particularly nasty game where I went against a U7 Freezer like in one of the casual matches, and I just couldn't deal with it. I never got hit. I never drew his stuff. He had the bad ring for Victory Strike, and I died. So I decided I needed some form of self-awakening.
Yeah. Okay.
Borgus is to stop all this untap stuff.
Yeah.
There's loads of decks. I can't think of any off the top of my head, but there's absolute tons where it affects it. Minus Killy Zone is obviously for the Broly decks and that sort of stuff where you don't want to get bloodlusted on your Boo, because that might make you cry.
Yeah. Because I mean, Crushable as well, but
yeah,
probably
you don't want
won't see it as much.
Yeah, I mean, it depends. Crushable doesn't bother me as much, I guess, if I'm milling, but it depends on matchup. And then last one you've got is Chrono, because in our locals we got quite... If it was just like dropping Sageshis and popping stuff, it wouldn't bother me so much, but we've got quite a few decks in our locals, which is just, playing Sagesh to get more aggro, and then it sort of spirals out of control, so it's just to keep that in check.
Yeah. Okay.
The only thing which isn't in there at the sideboard, the one I sent you, is FR Goku, but it sort of gets changed around. I haven't decided on my final build for the deck. I'm trying to overcome like the few weaknesses I found for it.
Yeah. What sort of matchups did you actually come up against?
Give me 1 second. I did write it down earlier. I that night had a skillless Goku. To be quite honest, I can't remember this matchup too well. We had two being played that night, so it was either a red or a yellow one.
Okay.
As I said, I can't remember the matchup too well. All I know is I did mill to win on that one. Just sort of sit there, never attack them until they did. I think they did damage to themselves to awaken. So then I started poking with crit, but it was once again go into the big Boo for 6 and then mill them like 12 in a turn.
Yeah.
I think that finished that one. Purunga Ginyu Force was the second match, I believe, which was a bit close at times, just because the amount of it was the classic Charles Wish, drop every single card in his hand and then drop the other Ginyu to buff them all up, which was quite awkward to survive.
Yeah, especially with your leader being 10k.
Yeah. It's even if he didn't drop the other one, they could still damage me, which is probably the worst part about it. The key part is Senzu Beans and that.
Okay.
And then the last one was Broly BR.
Yeah.
Which I believe one of those was Mill. I think I milled him out the first game and then aggroed him the second game.
Okay.
That was just basically making sure, or trying to make sure he doesn't go down to 1 life for the secret.
Yeah. So,
other than that, we'll carry on.
No, I was just gonna say, so it's not like you're not playing against like super scrub decks or something.
I've played against super scrub with this. I was testing it beforehand. I played against someone Super Shenron. The worst thing with Super Shenron on this is I can survive the first turn.
Yeah.
I die somewhere during the second turn purely because of TN. It's the whole not untapping for 2 turns in a row.
Alright,
it's
yeah. That completely shuts you down.
Yeah, I mean, I've won games against it as well because it all depends. It's seeing where they are in their drop. I mean, if you can mill them before they manage to take their second turn, then you're fine. Or if you just manage to out aggro them, you're probably better going off of aggro.
It's probably weird against Super Shenron because sort of if you're milling them, you're helping them as well. So you have to mill all their pieces.
Yeah. I mean, the main thing which I try and do with that is, at least with the Agents of Destruction, I just sit them on the field and then I'll choose to mill them all at once.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'll just go aggro, and then if I see that I can kill them off in a turn, I'll then pop off all the Agents of Destruction. If not, I'll just keep on the field as board presence and keep hitting them and force them to try and deal with them.
Okay. Nice. So, but yeah, I mean, you're not gonna go to like a big tournament with this, right?
Possibly
maybe
not.
Fun.
Maybe fun. I don't know. I mean, I went to a BCC, another store, a little while ago, and afterwards I thought, I wish I'd just played Hercule. Just for the looks on people's faces. I don't think I'd have done too bad either. So, yeah. I mean, it'll throw some people off and take them by surprise. As I said, the main deck is Super Shenron.
Yeah.
I don't Broly and skillless Goku. I don't mind really playing against with this deck. It's got quite a lot of defense, can survive the stuff. I mean, like Broly, they're forced to stay on the sort of a 6 drop, and if I'm not dealing damage to them, because if they go into 8, obviously I can just go Demon Sword and pop it off.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it's a very interesting deck, and actually works better than it looks. Yes. So, thank you for that. Do you have anything to add?
No, I can't really think of much extra. That's pretty much it. Yeah, it's just a joke gone wrong.
Or gone right.
Gone right.
So yeah,
Time will tell.
Yep, thank you for that. As always, guys, if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like. And if you have any questions, then leave them in the comments below and I will get answers for you. Before we go, Richard, do you have any shout outs?
A shout out to the local players at my store. Then also the Lincoln lot. We travel like to and up from there a bit, so we get on with like Scott, Tommy, and all that lot.
Yeah.
And then it's just for locals. Tons of weird nicknames. I'm not gonna bore you with them all, but yeah.
Okay, it's this is your locals is in Peterborough, the Rift, right?
Yeah, it's the Rift.
Yep. So yeah, do check them out if you are in the area, guys. Again, thank you for watching. Thanks for coming on, Richard. And
cheers.
Yep, I will see you guys next time.